Joining us live at the moment is Mr. Sukanta Majumdar. He's with us live. He's, of course, a Union Minister of State and, of course, a prominent leader. Mr. Sukanta Majumdar, thank you so much for speaking to us, sir. At the moment, incidents of violence being reported from the state of West Bengal. Kya kahenge? What would you say about these kind of incidents? Is it really something that is unexpected going by past history of elections in West Bengal?
Yes, this time, the Election Commission of India has taken so many initiatives to curb the number of incidences. Actually, we have a legacy of violence in the election, but till now, almost 40% vote has been casted, and I believe that the percentage of incidents are a little bit less compared to the previous records. So I feel that lots of initiative has been taken by the Election Commission of India, and the incidents are decreasing. But it is really shameful for us till now, after the 75 years of the independence, during this election, every election, we face this kind of incidents of violence, and it is not for the good. It is not good for the state also.
Right. And we've seen, for instance, the incident where Mr. Humayun Kabir, of course, has alleged that he was pushed and shoved over there, that there was an altercation there with the TMC, I believe, on ground over there. What would you say? And he's, of course, those pictures of him sitting in Dharna. What does this really reflect? Because if the Election Commission and the central forces, which are there in record numbers, I believe, are there, why are such incidents still happening, sir?
Madhavdaji, actually, what happened there, when the Humayun Kabir was traveling in his constituency, he has been opposed by the local TMC leader. The district of Murshidabad, it has a history of violence in each and every election. Even in the last Panchayat election, during the last Panchayat election, so many Congress workers, they have lost their lives. So this is this is a district in which every election we have seen that these kind of incidents are happening. But even in comparison to the previous record, even in case of Murshidabad also, the number is very less. And I would like to, till now, I would like to congratulate the Election Commission, because they have taken the initiative. As a result, the number has been numbers have been decreased. But it is again, I would like to say that till now we could not achieve the zero violence. So that should be our target. If we are claiming we are the world's biggest democracy and the oldest one also, and in this democracy, there should not be any state where during election the violence should happen.
I completely agree with you on the principle that it should be the ballot and not the bullet or any kind of violence that is seen in elections. But I would like to ask you, Mr. Sukanta Majumdar, in retrospect, was it wise to have reduced the number of phases of election? Because this is why you always had 6, 7, 8 phases of polls in West Bengal. And reducing it to 2 phases, has that, is that something that was perhaps a premature decision? Because not only has the phases been reduced, now you have the TMC also accusing the central government of sending in paramilitary forces in huge numbers to West Bengal.
You see, without the paramilitary forces, it is almost impossible to conduct election in the state of West Bengal. As it is evident by the incidents that are happening, even in presence of the central forces, few incidents are happening. So decreasing the phase, it's one hand, as you mentioned, the Election Commission has to deploy lots of central forces as well as the police forces from the outside of West Bengal. But simultaneously, on the other hand, the hooligans, they are unable to move from one area to another area. They are confined only to their own area. That is another good aspect of having the election in 2 phases. Otherwise, what would have happened that if the election commences in 6 or 7 phases, then these hooligans, they have a chance of moving from one place to another place during the consecutive phases. So this is, I think, this is a good decision, and the incidents are decreasing. And I feel that when the 2 phases will be completed, and when we'll be able to compare the number of incidents with the previous one, or from this year with the 2026 election, with the previous elections, the number of incidents, obviously it will decrease.
All right, Mr. Sukanta Majumdar, thank you so much for joining us, sir, with your views on what's happening on ground. Thank you.